Hello, hello. Anar here, your friendly mindset mentor and coach, coming to you live on day 2 of the journey of creating your identity. And identity is one that you're going to love, respect, and absolutely sustain no matter the tools or the adversities that you face, no matter the tools you use. The tools that I share with you are very personal to me. They're ones I have tried and they are true. They are ones that I have known other people to also try and found to be true for them. So before I dive into what we were going to talk about today, I want to do a little bit of a recap from the live from last week. So give me just a moment to pull all of that together. So before we dive into day 2 of the next steps to take into creating your identity, I want to talk a little bit about myself and about the company, so that you're able to get the answers to the questions that you might have in your head. Who is this chick? Why does she come on every week and talk about what we should be doing? And again, as we do that, I've got my cup of coffee. It says love yourself first, which is my absolute, it's my motto that I live with. So we'll talk a little bit about that. I've also got my hydration. Always make sure you're drinking plenty of water, taking good care of yourself and showing yourself the love that you deserve, and that you keep giving away to everyone else. And sometimes that's at your own sacrifice. So again, my name is Anar Masani, and I am the founder of Foster Emergence Coaching. I have 4 decades of experience of many life adversities, both personally and professionally. And, just like everybody else, time and time again, I've found that I get derailed and, something happens and I'm off my wagon and then have to go back to my little notebook of things that I need to do, want to do, have to do, get to do, to get myself back on track. So I have taken all of that and put a little program together so that I can share it with the world. I know I'm not the only one who has faced backstabbing, loss of a job, unemployment, some sort of abuse in our intimate relationships, traumas from childhood, traumas from friends coming and going. And whatever it is that you can think of, it's highly likely that I've been through. I almost feel like sometimes life just puts me through stuff so I can figure it out and then be able to share that with the world. So here I am, in my professional career. I'm a nurse. I have done, I have climbed the ladder. I went from being a bedside nurse to a case manager to a director of nursing, an executive director of nursing, and business operations. So I've been through that journey as well. I've been through the journey of being a single mom. I've been through the journey of raising children all on my own, and proudly be able to say that, thank God, by the grace of God, I did a good job. And my children are in a really good place in their life. I have experienced ins and outs of relationships. I have experienced the loss of friendship. I've experienced the journey of having to pick up pieces and move on no matter what the situation. So I can tell you that while not limited to just these experiences, I have come across most, if not all, experiences that most people face in their lives. And I have learned not only to survive through that, but also to thrive through that. And I can tell you, for a very long time, I used to say I'm a victim of abuse. And, now I'm comfortably able to say I'm a survivor of abuse. I have gone through people backstabbing me. I have gone through um, being unemployed and not financially secure. I have gone through loneliness. I've gone through depression. I've gone through one day driving home and not knowing where I was going or what I was doing, and ending up in a place that I wasn't intending to go. I was driving home, and subconsciously I ended up driving elsewhere. So I've I've experienced many things, and that's not to dismiss whatever it is you're going through. That's to honor what you're going through and to show you a way out, to show you a way to get out and stay out, and show you a way to get out and heal from it and thrive. Use that as your fuel to propel forward. So anyway, I've recently made it my mission in life, my purpose, to help women my age who have experienced all the same things that I've experienced, to create an identity for themselves that they are going to love and respect and sustain being the operative word, um, because you can't prevent things from happening. The only thing you can do is, take charge of how you're going to feel and what you're going to do about it. And everything that I'm sharing with you are tools that I've used for myself to take charge of my situation and of my, reactions and my responses, and be able to come out of it on top every single time. So having said that, um, I am putting out this program where I want to share with each of you, whoever is listening, um, ways in which you can continue to survive and thrive. Again, survive and thrive is the operative phrase, okay? I also want to make sure that my tech continues to run appropriately as I have intended for it to. Let's see if I can do that and do that. And where am I? My goodness, here we go. Almost to the spot that I want to be in. There we go. I am there now. So last week, as we launched this creating your identity live sessions, last week I had talked about self-awareness, and it is absolutely essential. So if you haven't watched the live from last week, it is a few videos down. I'm going to keep it for some time until I, feel it's been adequate time for people to receive the message that I am putting out. This is a 8-week agenda. So certainly, I will leave it on for a minimum of 8 weeks. And excuse me. And I want you to watch it, live and replay as many times as you need to, and jot down the notes that you need to, so that you can take everything that I have. I want everything that I have and to give you, and put it down in your notebook and be able to go back to it. Because quite honestly, that's what I do. Every time I feel derailed, I'll go through my notebook and ask myself, what do I need from this? And I will pick up the pieces that I need to manage the situation, whatever it is, and respond appropriately. So having said that, last week we talked about self-awareness and we talked about 5 categories. So I've broken down a human identity in 8 domains, and each of those domains typically has 8 to 11 zones that you as a human being, I as a human being, need to feel complete in order for us to really be able to bring everything together and continue to move forward, continue to appreciate and celebrate life the way it deserves. So make sure you go back to, to last Friday's video and make sure that you're looking at it. Having said that, today we will, last week we talked about self-awareness. Today, again, this is an absolutely essential domain for you to accomplish success in, and that is body image. And before I dive into body image, I just want to do a quick run through of our rules of engagement. I'm huge on keeping certain things in mind as you're absorbing the information that I'm sharing with you. Please know that I absolutely love you guys and I'm sending you love and light. And if I can, as I mentioned, if I can impact one person's life, I will have completed my mission. I want to be able to help as many people as I can. And it starts with one. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. So take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. It's not everything is always going to work for everybody, but take what you need, take what you resonate with, and don't worry about what doesn't work. All right? We have a deal. So we're going to jump into rules of engagement, and I've got my little setup over here. So I'm sort of going to look to the side to be able to read it. And the very first thing that I ask from you guys is that you are present during this session. It doesn't matter the level of distractions that you're going to have. Those are going to be here and waiting for you, even when you're done listening to this. The responsibilities you have, the distractions you have, the things you need to get done, those are all going to be waiting for you, even after you're done with this session. And this is one of those things I actually learned during my professional life, is that you have to have a good work-life balance. And while parts of it doesn't apply to this, some parts of it does. Having a good balance in life is essential for your mental well-being. Things will not go away. They will always wait for you to address. So allow yourself the time that you need to be here. Invite those that could possibly also benefit from the information and the love that I'm sharing with you guys, so that collectively we can all uplift each other. We are bringing women up. We are not tearing them down. We are not keeping information to ourselves. We're not gatekeeping anything. This is for everybody to pick up from. So if you know somebody who can benefit from this experience, I request you to please invite them. Okay. Make sure that you, as I mentioned, make sure you watch this training, this live event, both live and replay, as many times as you need to, and watch it in sequence. And this is something that I'm always going to say, watch it in sequence as this material builds on itself. You can't really dive into body image, addressing body image, without self-awareness. Without knowing who you are, you will struggle to fulfill each of the other areas of this training, as well as your life. You must know who you are. So please make sure you watch everything in sequence. The next is remove as many distractions as you possibly can. I'm going to tell you, I have a 5-year-old Shih Tzu Poo mix, and he goes in and out of the office. He wants to be loved on. He wants to sit on my lap. He may come sit on the couch in my office. He'll he'll come in and out. And I have learned that I continue to work while he continues to receive the love that he's needing in that moment. So remove as many distractions as you can. Engage with feedback, comments, and questions. This helps me to refine and revise the material I'm sharing with you to meet your needs. So please make sure that I'm hearing from you. Bring an open mind. Nothing here is set in stone. Nothing is etched in stone. Again, bring an open mind. Be open to receive, take what works for you, leave behind with love what doesn't. Excuse me. Take notes as needed. Although this is available for you, for the next little bit while I continue to provide this information, because I do want you to watch it in sequence, take notes. It really helps to take notes. I'm old school. I like pen to paper. And so I will jot stuff down. Even if it's on a sticky note, once I've written it down, it sets in my head and I go from there. Click on the links below in the comments section. And, again, take what resonates. I have a feedback form in there to hear from you. I have the link to subscribe to my website, as well as to join my private group. That private group is for women only. So I want to make sure that you understand that I do very carefully screen that group is for women only. And I invite all the women watching this to please come join us. We are always doing something fun, something exciting. And I would love for you to be a part of this group. It would be my honor to continue to provide this love for you. Be kind and compassionate to yourself. And this is something that I will talk about through and through everything that I do. Give yourself the same kindness and compassion that you give to your loved ones. As you are carving out a path for yourself in this journey, keep in mind that this is a sprint, not a marathon. It took me 4 decades to get to where I am here today. And I'm taking all of that and compressing it and giving it to you in a 8-week live session. So 2 things with that. Take advantage of that. Take the advantage of the opportunity, and also know that everything takes time. If you're going to rush, I can tell you, you're going to struggle. So take your time and do what needs to be done. Be honest with yourself. You're doing this only for you, no one else. Mind you, when you heal and grow and expand, the ripple effect is exponential. I'm going to tell you that because when I work on myself, that dominoes into my children, into my parents, into my friends, into my loved ones, into people I find to be most important. However, I don't do it with the intention of it being beneficial to them. I do it with the intention of it being beneficial to me. So when I do it with the intention of being beneficial to me, I find that not only do I heal, but I show up better for all the people that are important in my life. So make sure that keep in mind that you're doing this for yourself, and be honest with yourself. You don't have to give anyone else the answers. Keep them confidential, keep them private, if it's a negative thought, but work on it. I'm also here to tell you that I'm going to share with you all the nonsensical things that I've gone through and had to put up with and deal with. So brace yourself. Attach yourself, as I mentioned, to what resonates with you and leave the rest behind with love. As we are all individuals and we all have a unique set of needs, Understand that I honor those needs. I champion for who you are and how you manage to get to that next phase, whatever that looks like for you. Treat yourself as a unique individual and take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. It's very simple. I'm going to take a gulp of water. All right. So it's time for us to dive into talking about body image. So before I start talking about what my thoughts are on what body image really is, I want to talk to you about how the culture has become, how culture defines body image. And when we think about body image, of course, we are visual beings. So I want my body to look X, Y, Z, right? Now, when you think about what you want your body to look and feel like, what image are you basing that desire on? If you're one of those people who is heavily into social media, and that's okay, this is not about that. But if you're a person that's heavily into following the newest trends and following what's on social media, I want to bring you back down to earth. The celebrities that we see, the influencers that we follow and want to be like, even certain people in our lives, what we see is not what's in the background. I want to tell you that 90% of our society and culture now is doctored to elicit certain feelings in you, certain moments of superiority. It's not, 90% of it is not real. I'm telling you, I'm sitting here in front of a Zoom setting, and I made sure my lighting is right so that you can see my face properly. But there's filters, there's apps, there's you can do your makeup a certain way to make yourself look good. You can wear certain type of clothing to make your body look a certain way. None of it is real. What's real is what you see in the privacy of your bedroom in front of a mirror. That's what's real. The minute that people step out of that privacy, it is all doctored. We are all doctored. We change our hair color. We change our, we go in and get treatments done. And please, by all means, do what makes you happy. But understand that I'm speaking from my personal experiences. I'm a human being. I'm 43 years old. And so certainly I have crow's feet around my eyes. I have a double chin, even though I work out every single day. I have a little bit, depending on the kind of day I'm having, I have a little bit of an area. As much as I work out every single day, I'm still working out every single day. What differentiates that from what's on the outside is life is all about perception, and perception can be altered. So what I want you to keep in mind is what's most important to you, to me, about my body image is what I see in the privacy of my home, in the privacy of my bedroom. That's what's real. So keep that in mind, because I can tell you, I've been through it all. I have lost a immeasurable amount of weight without trying. I gained an immeasurable amount of weight because I was going through treatment from, a back injury. I struggle to lose weight because I don't have enough time to work out. I don't eat healthy because I don't have enough time to make healthy meals. I've been through it all. I have been told I'm not pretty enough. I've been told I'm not photogenic enough. I've been told I don't know how to dress. I've been told my hair looks like a mess. I can tell you I've heard it all. And I've heard it all from people who also are going through the same thing. So you want to keep in mind that your body image is what you believe up here and in here. And that's it. Nothing else matters. No one else's opinion matters. So if there's anything that you're going to take away from everything that I do, let this be your message. The only person that matters to you is who you are in the privacy of your home. That's the realist that you are. And when you take that outside and it doesn't work for people, those are not your people. And we'll talk more about that at a later time. So diving into body image is also broken down into 11 zones. Okay. The very first zone I want to talk about is healthy eating habits. And I say healthy eating habits because how we look, how much we weigh, how we show up, how we dress, that's what's important. But what you're putting into your body has somehow become less important. And so I want to tell you, I am a strong opponent of crash diets. I don't believe that you should be depriving your mind, body, and soul of nutrition. On the other hand, I'm a strong advocate for healthy eating habits, having a well-balanced meal, making sure to eat when your body tells you it's hungry, making sure to have water when your body tells you it's thirsty, and learning how to work around that. What healthy eating means to you, you have to be the one to decide that. You may have dietary restrictions, you may have religious, food restrictions, you may have sensitivities. I can't speak to that. What I can speak to is you need to create your own healthy eating habits. And the benefits to healthy eating habits are you're going to get instantaneous. When you start eating healthy, you're going to get instantaneous results. Your body will respond like this. You will start to see a balanced weight management. You will see a management in your blood glucose levels. You will see a decrease in your cholesterol and blood pressure. And overall, your skin glows, your hair and nails become healthier. You have more energy. However, when you engage in crash diets, here are the things that your body is going to suffer from. When you engage in crash diets, you're gonna have a distorted body image because it's not real. You're not going to be able to sustain that unless you stick to that diet for the rest of your life. And we do a deep dive into this. You're also going to experience malnutrition. You may be at risk for anorexia. You're going to be at risk for metabolic disorders because you're not giving your body the things that it needs. So it's working hard to pull it from different directions. And when it doesn't get it, you crash and burn. And is a crash diet sustainable for you? Is this something that you can do for the rest of your life? And I'm not going to mention any diets one way or another because I don't believe in them. I haven't tried them and I refuse to try. It's not healthy. Eat a well-balanced meal. Cook at home. Consume fruits and veggies. There's a lot of education out there. So I won't take too much time of anybody's time on that. If at all possible, please don't do a crash diet. There's pros and cons to everything. This one is my favorite subject, which is self-care. And I talk a ton about self-care. And self-care is not just taking care of your body, it's taking care of your mind and your soul. And we do a deep dive on that. But the benefits of engaging in self-care is, or you start with, before I talk about the benefits, let's talk about what you do, okay? Love the skin you're in. Have you ever stood in front of a mirror and simply looked at yourself and loved everything about you? If not, I encourage you to do that today. Make sure you do that today, okay? Make space in your life for yourself. And I didn't used to do this. I didn't think I was important enough to pay attention to. So what I've learned recently is I thoroughly enjoy my me time. I wake up early enough. I take time to do my morning routine, to get dressed, get the things I need ready, to then take myself to the gym. I'm at the gym for about an hour, hour and 10 minutes, depending on what I'm working on. And I'm highly focused. That's my way of preparing myself for the day. Then when I come home, I quickly have breakfast. And again, not sacrificing my time. I know what I want. So I put it together. I have breakfast, shower, get dressed, and get to work. That's my me time in the morning. My me time in the evening is I wrap up my work. I clean up my desk. My desk is always organized at the end of the day and ready for the next day. I put everything away, but I also know exactly what I'm going to need for the next day. And then I spend time with my puppy. We go for a walk. I go up and sit in my room. I do, if it's a day for me to do my hair, skin, and nails, I do that. I meditate, and I enjoy my time with myself. I read, sometimes I watch TV. Whatever I do, whatever I feel like doing. So make space in your life for yourself. When you make space in your life for yourself, you teach your kids to do the same. I guarantee you, if you saw my children and their routine, they have a lot of space for themselves in their life, even when they're home. My daughter was visiting this last week, and although she was recovering, so she was in her room all the time, even that, when she comes home to visit, she's got about 4 spots that you can find her in. Either she's in her room, or she's in my bed, or on the couch in the formal room, or on the couch in my office. Those are the 4 places you're going to find her. She's not going to be anywhere else but those 4 places. And that's her me time. When she's sitting in those spots, that's her me time. That's when she's not open to talking to anybody. She's doing whatever she's doing in her head and letting her body to relax. Same thing with my son. He does exactly the same thing, those 4 spots. And when he's in those 4 spots, that's their me time. So make space in your life for yourself. I promise you, you're going to love it. Honor all your senses. God has given us 5 + 1 senses. Even if you don't believe in God, your creator, your source, your science. For the sake of not killing too much time giving title to each, we'll say God or creator. We have 5 + 1 senses. Make use of all of them. Okay. Take the courage needed to have an honest conversation with yourself. For the sake of time, I'm going to leave it to that. We certainly do a deep dive into this in my workshops and in coaching sessions. However, I will tell you, food for thought, and to trigger your brain into starting to think about this, have honest conversations with yourself. That's the best way to survive and thrive. The next zone, so the next category, excuse me, is getting adequate rest. So again, I'll talk about myself in when I was in my professional life. I used to be lucky if I would get about 6 hours of sleep. Because when you're a single mom, doing it all, working, raising your children, making sure that they're getting all the attention in the world, they're getting to their activities, they're getting the love that they need, they're being fed, their basic needs are being met. You not only forget to pay attention to yourself, you also forget to get some sleep. So when I was working as an executive director, I used to wake up about 4:30 in the morning to get myself to the gym at 5:30 so that I could be home by 6:30, shower, get dressed, get everything ready, and get everybody out the door so that I could get to work by 8:30. And mind you, I had a 45-minute drive to work if I was lucky. Having said that, I would be up at 4:30 in the morning. There were times when I didn't go to bed till 11:30. So if I was lucky, I would get about 6 hours of sleep, 5 to 6 hours of sleep. And what that did to my body was, no matter how much I struggled, no matter how much I worked out, I struggled to lose weight. I've always had healthy eating habits, so I haven't worried about the eating part of it. But no matter how healthy I ate, and no matter how much I worked out, my clothes still didn't fit. And that was only because I was not giving my body the rest that it needed in order for it to heal so that I could lose the weight, so that I could become healthier. So get some sleep. Adequate rest brings about upliftment and positivity in your mood. When you're tired, you're cranky. No one wants to be around you. When you sleep, your body heals. And I just said that, right? Adequate sleep will give you the energy you need to sustain your day. Gosh. I would get like the mid-afternoon itis because I'd be up at 4:30. So noon, 1 o'clock, I was tired. Okay. I'd already put in 8 hours at that point. And I had another probably 8 or 9 to go. No, more than that, 10 or so. So I wasn't always a happy person then. And so I couldn't manage certain things. I didn't have enough energy to cook. I didn't have enough energy to spend time with my kids. I didn't have enough energy sometimes to even do my hair. I would wash it and go to work. That's it. So get enough rest. When you sleep well, and this one is my favorite, especially for all the girls, when you sleep well, your skin will automatically glow. I have found now that the more I sleep, the more refreshed I look. So get adequate rest. So, We'll continue to move forward. So this next zone is going to be a little personal. And bear with me and don't take offense to it. But I think I need to say it. This zone is about making hygiene a priority. And I'm not just talking about physical hygiene. Shower, wash your face, brush your teeth, wear clean clothes, smell refreshing, whatever that looks like for you. That's important. What's also important is when you are making hygiene a priority, I'm talking about even your mental hygiene should be your priority. And we do a deep dive of mental hygiene in our workshops and coaching sessions. So if you want to hear more about that, please click on the link below and get yourself set up so that we can chat. Take pride in your appearance and approachability. Again, a deep dive, but I mean, don't get offended, but if you get offended, then maybe you need to ask yourself why that's offending you. Do you? But make your appearance and approachability a priority. It's important. You wouldn't want to go talk to somebody who's not approachable. So why would you want to be unapproachable? Physical hygiene includes, excuse me, having a morning routine of freshening up your body. Your body wakes up that way. It also includes a night routine to get yourself ready to wind down. Have a wrap-up routine so your body knows. So your body knows that it's time to go to sleep. And so I will use this as an example. I was a very young mom, obviously, so I did a lot of learning, and I wasn't surrounded by people who had been parents, so that they could teach me stuff other than my parents. And I learned very quickly and very early on, if I needed to get my kids to do something, I needed to guide them into doing that, right? So you've heard people say, make sure your kids have a night routine. And you know what the benefits of those are. So just like your kids need a night routine, so do you. You need a night routine as well. Just like their mind and body needs a signal, so does yours. Use your night routine as your signal to wind down. Take great care of your smile. Smile great and remain clean, fresh, and happy, approachable. Examples of mental hygiene, and we talked about, we'll do a deep dive, but I wanted to just give you some ideas of what mental hygiene looks like, or how you can engage in mental hygiene. And that's meditation, journaling, taking nature walks, and getting help with mental health if needed. You need to understand that making your mental health a priority is just as much about your mind as it is your body. And again, if you don't know what that means, let's get on a call and let's talk. So the next zone we're going to talk about, and we're rushing through this, so I may actually have a few minutes to give you a little bit more, a few more tips. Okay, perfect. Yes. The next zone I want to talk about is love yourself as you are and decide to make yourself a priority. When we talk about body image, as soon as I say the phrase body image, the very first thing that comes to mind is how body image equals the way my body looks. But it's not just about the way your body looks. It's about the way you feel about your body. So if you feel negative about your body, and yet your body is in perfect shape, you do all the other things that I talked about, but you still feel negatively about your body, you're likely not going to show up as that pretty package that you're trying to put together, right? If you don't love yourself, how are you going to ask others to love you? Love yourself as you are and decide to make yourself a priority. And here are some ways that you can do that. Honor yourself as an individual. You are created as you are to be who you are. You do not need to be like anybody else. You are created who you are and as you are, and that's all you need to be. Treat yourself with kindness and compassion. This is actually one of my rules of engagement. If you're not going to treat yourself with kindness and compassion, how will others know how to treat you? Treat yourself the same as you treat your children. The way you love them is the way you love yourself. Choose to believe in a higher power. I know there's a certain percentage of people that have a hard time believing in a higher power. And I'm nobody to tell you who to believe in or what to believe in. But knowing that there is a higher power makes life that much more powerful, makes life that much more doable. You can certainly choose to do things on your own, and that's okay. You got to do you. And I always say that too. But if it is at all possible, I would ask you to choose to believe in a higher power. Choose to be the co-creator of your life. You're not a victim. You're not a victim of anything but your own thoughts. However, if you choose to co-create your life, the journey will be that much more fun. And you'll be more motivated to get things done the way that you foresee them. So again, choose to be the co-creator of your life. When in a conversation, whether it's yourself or others, do not discuss your own needs. Rather, find a healthy balance between your own needs and those of others. As much as I talk about making yourself a priority and loving on yourself and, focusing on your own needs, we are social beings. We do not live in silos. I have my parents, my children, my best friends, my coworkers, acquaintances. And what I've learned in my 4 decades is they are just as essential to me as I am to them. Therefore, their needs are just as essential to me as my needs are to them. And even those that I'm not closely connected to. We're all human beings. And when we start treating each other that way, life becomes more livable. Get into the habit of asking yourself, in terms of body image and living a healthy life and doing things that work to make you move forward, to propel you forward, get in the habit of asking yourself this question. Does this serve my current and future life? If the answer is no, phase it out. If the answer is yes, continue to move forward. This one is really important, so I'm going to repeat it. Get in the habit of asking yourself, does this serve my current and future life? If the answer is no, phase it out. Simple. So we've got a few more minutes, and I'd love to discuss this next. This one, this one is one of my favorites. And so I want to bring it in, is dress to your body type. I'm going to let that marinate for a minute. Dress to your body type. Again, we are all individuals. It goes back to talking about we are all individuals, and what fits me is not going to fit you, and vice versa. Right? So when you dress to your body type, it positively impacts your mind. It improves and increases your confidence, and it reduces the feeling of inadequacy and stress and anxiety around the process of getting dressed. So, and my daughter will laugh about this. It's very few people know this, but if I know I have an event coming up, as soon as I know about that event, I'm going to kind of think about what I'm going to wear. And that might seem shallow to somebody else, but part of me becoming prepared for whatever that event is I have a vision of how I want to appear when I show up. And it's not just about the value I bring. How I look and feel is part of the value that I bring. If I feel stressed out about the way I'm dressed, I'm diminishing the value that I'm bringing because I'm worried about the way I look and I'm fidgeting all the time. So whether it's a social event or a professional event or a networking event, no matter the case, if I know, excuse me, that I am going to be going somewhere, like for this live session, I dressed up. And I had a vision of how I wanted to dress up, because when I dress up a certain way, I'm good with it, I'm happy with it, I show up that way. It adds to the value of how I'm showing up in the material I'm presenting. I'm happy, I feel comfortable, I'm not overly done, I'm appropriate to me. And that may work for some people and it may not work for some people, and that's okay. But you're not going to want to look at me if I come in here and my hair is all straggly all over the place, and you're going to be so focused on the way I'm looking that you're not going to listen to the words that I have to speak. And what's more important to me is that you listen to the way to the information that I'm sharing, rather than get distracted by my unruly hair, which there are days when it is, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. But for the sake of sharing the value with you, I put myself together. Instead of worrying about, instead of trying to meet societal and cultural and social expectations, do these. Wear clothes that accentuate your areas of your body, man and woman. Excuse me. Wear clothes that accentuate you. Prepare ahead of time, as I mentioned. Prepare ahead of time so that you can prepare your mindset around how you're going to look and feel. Do not overdo anything in terms of fashion. I am very wary of fashion trends that come and go. I wear clothes that fit my body and give my body the look that it wants, that I want. As I mentioned, fashion trends come and go. You are here to stay. I'll say it again. Fashion trends come and go, and you are here to stay. You are classy. So make sure to look and feel your classy self. You're here to stay. You're not going away. Skinny jeans, bell bottoms, flares. Huh. Again, 4 decades, and the trends have come and gone about 5 times. I'm still here. And every time a trend changes, I have to change my body to match that trend? Absolutely not. No. What I do is I have classy pieces that work for me. Combine classy and trendy and make your own statement. If there is something about the newest trend that you feel you want to try out and you feel would look good on you and give you more confidence and make you feel better and works with your statement, absolutely give it a try. Have fun with it. But understand that trends come and go. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Take great care of yourself, and it will show without you having to make an effort. Number 1 is take care of yourself, however you can. Okay. So 2 last things I will say about this, and then I will wrap up. When it comes to dressing yourself based on your own body type, first understand that we are all created in our individual uniqueness. And rather than looking down on that or disregarding that or speaking negatively about it, honor the differences and vow to move forward. That's all I can say. Honor your difference. And the very last thing I want to say about this is accentuate your features and do not worry about things you don't like. We all have things we don't like. I could sit here and tell you things about myself that I don't like, and yet I love me. So your body image is not just about the way you look and about how hard you're trying to fit into the trends. Your body image. So I've only shared about 6 zones with you, 5 or 6 zones with you. I have 11. And we do a deep dive in our coaching and workshops. Love yourself. Don't dishonor yourself by diminishing who you are because it doesn't match some mold in some society. You are beautiful just the way you are created. Take care of that and honor that. So as I wrap up today's session, I want to remind you that I will be back here next Friday at noon. And the next session we're going to talk about, let me tell you, is fun. It's about taking ownership of who you are. Having said that, again, my name is Anar Masani. I am your friendly mindset mentor and coach, and I'm here to show you how to do things just a little differently because I do things differently and I like doing things differently. I like carving my own path And I want to show you how to do that also. And I want to show you how to have fun doing that. So I hope to see you next week, same time, same place. And make sure to click on the links below in the comment box. I want to hear from you and I want to get feedback from you. If there's something else you want me to do or you want me to do something differently, I want to hear that. I would also love for you to subscribe to my website so that I can keep you updated on everything that's coming. Additionally, if you're a woman and you're between the age of 25 and 55, and you are on a journey to creating your identity, please allow me to show you how to create an identity for yourself that you're going to love, respect, and sustain throughout your entire life. Sending you love and light, and I hope to see you all next week, same time, same place. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.